go. Should be G. All right. I'm going to talk about manifestation today and how manifestation can single-handedly change your entire life. And I'm not going to hit you with some woo-woo bullshit on, if you just, write things down, if you can conceptualize it, it's going to pop up in your hand without doing anything. No. Manifestation. I'm going to use an example from last year of how it's completely changed my life. And I'm going to explain to you how I'm using it again this year to, again, change my life again, right? So let's talk about last year. Now, last year, sorry, it's not even last year. This is 2 years ago, 2023, I believe. In 2023, I had just moved out to my brand new apartment. Actually, let me give you some backstory for this. I used to work at CBA and I was working my 9-to-5 job. And at that time I was day trading. I found a penny stock at 3 cents and I wrote it up to $2. Crazy story. I put 10,000 in, put all my money into that coin, actually, into that stock. And I wrote it up to $2 something. I saw $180,000 in my account. I never sold it because I thought it was going to keep riding up. Dickhead. If I was back in the day, if that happened, I would have slapped myself in the face, told myself to sold it, and would have had a different life. But everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? I feel like that happened for an exact reason. Anyways, I ended up selling it at $50,000 because I ended up getting fired from my job because I got my entire team onto day trading and we're all trading at the same time. Right? They actually put a private investigator on me because I lied to them, telling them that, I moved my trading account to my mom's account, but I was still trading, whatever. It was a blessing that happened in the end of the day. Anyway, so I got fired from my job at CBA. I got another job at that time, and I was working at this place called Ari Recruitment, right? Now, that was a startup agency, and I was working there. I ended up being BDM, business development manager, and then I was going into sales manager. I ended up getting let go from there as well because one of their major clients removed them. It was 70% of their portfolio, some wild shit like that. After that happened, I was in a crossroads. I was like, what the fuck do I do with my life? I don't want to be working jobs, bro. I had worked 13 jobs in my entire life. 13 jobs, bro. I was at KFC, I was at Subway, I was a postman, I was a cleaner, I was working fucking 5 to 6 different warehouse jobs. I was in Commonwealth Bank, I was at the startup agency. I was working everywhere. I was just trying to do it. I dropped out of uni. I dropped out of my 3rd year of uni when I was doing Bachelor of Sports and Exercise Science at UTS, bro. And my parents, this guy's a fucking failure, bro. This guy, Indian guy, got a fucking 58er. He was I was getting called up by so many teachers because I was jigging class. I was smoking weed. I was going to the gym. I was just jigging. I was just being a shit cunt, right? And then on top of that, I can't even hold a stable job, right? But then I make $50,000, right? It goes up to $180,000, but I ended up selling it at $50K on that stock. And at that time, I was holy shit. This is the most amount of money I've ever made, right? And I was fuck it, bro. I have been coaching on the side. There was this one time where I took over this powerlifting gym as a nutrition coach, and I was charging $20 a week, which is wild, bro. Anyways, so I was charging $20 a week, and I was fuck it. You know what? My best friend literally was Brohan, fucking sell your stocks, move out, and buy a camera and just fucking go hard. Because you have $450 coming out of your account every single week, you're gonna make it. 1 week later, I signed my lease and I moved out. And I spent $20,000 of my $50,000 within the first 2 months. And that was wild, bro. That was wild. I ended up actually losing all my money towards the start of the year. I think I only had $10,000 left in my account in January of 2023. And that's when I was I have to make a change. I have to do something about it. I got into some coaching business to get coached for online coaching, to post online and things like that. And from there, I learned a lot about manifestation. And from there, I learned a lot about visualizing and dream setting. And at that time, I set a goal for myself that I will move to my dream location, Wentworth Point. I'll have a business that's doing $20,000 a month. I will be driving my dream car. That was a bit of a stretch. I put on a fucking Porsche GT3 RS, but you're not getting that with $20,000 a month. But I put down the car just in general, right? And then to compete in a bodybuilding show as well was number 4. I think, yeah, that was it, right? Those were the 4 things I put down. Funny enough, at the end of December 2023, I moved to Wentworth Point. My business was doing more than $20,000 a month. I bought a car, the car that I'm in right now. Nothing crazy, but I bought a car. And I competed in my bodybuilding show. I did all 4 things. And what I did was relentlessly write these things down. I had post-it notes all over my apartment, from my fridge to my bedroom, to my wardrobe, to my door, to my balcony, everywhere you could see. It would be like $20,000 a month, $180,000, $20,000. Like, I would just have money everywhere. My friends, my family would come into my apartment and be like, what the fuck? There's just so much going on here. I'm like, out of sight, out of mind. I'm keeping this in my mind. I'm keeping this in my sight. You know, I was recording podcasts. I bought a camera. I said, fuck it, I'm going all in with content. And I went from making nothing, bro, from losing $50,000 to then having a business doing $20,000 a month. In that year, that was my first year of business, I did $100,000. And I was like, holy shit, I am getting a fucking cracker salary right now. A salary that takes people like 3-4 years of working to get a degree. I did that in 1 year because I picked up a camera. I said, fuck it, fuck everything, I'm just gonna do it. And I wrote all my dreams down. I wrote everything down in front of me. But it wasn't that I just wrote it and just like, yep, I sat with it. I wrote it and worked relentlessly towards it. Now, making $20,000 a month might sound like a lot to you, but it doesn't sound like a lot to me anymore. Because now I'm like, the life that I want is over at $50,000 a month. The life that I want is when I've moved to a different location. I want to move to Mossman. I want to be making $50K a month. I want to be driving my M4 competition. Like, these are the goals that I want to have. I want to propose to my partner. I want to buy her a beautiful ring. Like, these are the goals that I have now, and these are things that I'm trying to manifest for my life. So then it's like, okay, when you write these goals down, you have to break it down and reverse engineer these goals. Okay, if I want to achieve this goal of me buying my M4 competition, okay, well, for me to get that, realistically, I'm not going to buy that in cash. I'm going to have to finance that. So if I'm going to finance that, I'm going to have to understand that financing will probably cost $3,500 a month. Okay, in order for me to give $3,500 a month to the bank to finance this, I'm going to make sure that that's at least 10% of my total revenue. So that means I need to be making a minimum of 35K a month in order for me to afford that car. But I want to make sure I'm in a more of a safer point. Let me make $50,000 a month. So that's even a smaller percentage of what I'm making. So then how do I make that $50,000 a month? That comes down to the content. That comes down to giving my clients the best fucking service possible so they get the best results. That's so I can get referrals coming in. That's so I can just help as many people as possible. That's how I get to that point. So for you, whatever that manifestation is, if you want to get the dream body, bro, if you want to make a fuck ton of money, if you want to just like change your entire life, change your family, your parents' life, you have to see, okay, if I want to get this dream body, okay, let's say, for example, you're 80 kilos right now and your goal is to get down to 65 kilos and be shredded. If you want to achieve this goal, what do you have to do? If I'm 80 kilos right now, I need to reverse engineer it. Well, if I'm eating Maccas every single day, if I'm not going to the gym, if I'm not walking my steps, if I just have a shit lifestyle of watching porn and brain rotting on Instagram 24/7, well then, how the fuck am I going to hit this goal of 65 kilos? You have to kill that version of you. You have to become a new identity. You can't just walk around saying to yourself, yeah, I'm going to be 65 kilos and not change aspects about yourself. You cannot do that. If you do that, you will never see fucking results. You have to embody that person. You have to embody that 65 kilo version of you. You can't embody the 80 kilo version that you are right now, because the version that you are right now has brought you to this point. You can't change from here. In order for me to make the goals that I have here, I can't do what I'm currently doing. I have to do more, or I have to change certain aspects of myself. You have to kill the identity that you have present right now and become the identity that you are going towards. That is this whole thing about manifestation. You can write the goal down. You've understood, you've actualized the goal. Now it's time for you to embody that persona, to embody that individual. And if that means you cut out your mates, you cut out your mates. If that means you change up your entire lifestyle, you change your fucking entire lifestyle. If that means you have to have difficult conversations, groundbreaking conversations, you have to do it. And the funny thing is, I had to have such a conversation with my partner to let her know that I am going through a phase right now where I am anxious, I am stressed, and I cannot have to, I can't even spend time with you presently because of that, which means I have to work relentlessly right now. I have to do everything in my power to get to that point. And she understood where I was coming from. And it was a difficult conversation to have because I was worried. And you just have to, whether that's your partner, whether that's your friend, whether that's your family, whatever it may be, if something or someone is holding you back mentally, it's not even like a physical thing. It's not like they're holding you and pulling you back. It's like a subconscious thing in your mind. You have to address it and have that conversation with them. Because that can single-handedly help change your entire fucking life. Single-handedly, right? So that's the point of manifestation. That is the point of visualization. Have your lock screen be that goal. Because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. And there are a million things that come through our head on a daily basis. It's so easy for us to lose track. It's so easy for us to lose track on these goals at times. And that's fine. That's perfectly normal. If my home screen is my fucking car and I want to put my missus and my car together so I have them, because that's aligned for me. Because, you know, my missus is proposing to her. My missus is actually moving to Mossman. And my car is me. That is like, I'm going to drive us there. I'm going to get to that point because I want that success. I want that element of my life. I do not want to be driving this fucking car for the rest of my life. This is not what I am accepting to be. And you have to get to that point as well, that you cannot accept mediocrity. You cannot accept this life that you fucking have. If you want to make a change, you have to fucking hate your life so much. You have to be trapped by anxiety. You have to be paralyzed by anxiety. You have to be at a point where you're so fucking like broken that there's no other option but to fucking explode and make a change. And that's what you have to do to make a change. That's just the process, the system behind it. And I say this to my clients as well. Every time I onboard them, I'm like, look, you have to realize that everything that you have done has brought you to this point exactly in time right now. And in order for you to become this version of you, you have to kill this version of you and become the version and identify as the person who's already got the result. Because only then can you shift. Only then will this actually be a goal that you will achieve. That's the art of manifestation. Again, as always, drop some comments down below if you've manifested something in the past and it has come true. Drop down your goals, drop down everything. I want to have a community here where everyone like strives for the best. Okay, I'll chat to you all soon. Take care.